Yay, yay, we're live. And I got to go on Facebook and turn on the publicness of the post so that we'll be able to see the comments, which I've got going here right just 1 second. Yeah, here we go. And then let me just make it public and we'll have it. Yay, edit audience. And now we're public. Okay, yay. So we will be able to see comments when people say something. So yay! Last time I did that, all the comments came flooding in, but I guess that we haven't had any comments yet. So let me, everybody, Mr. Jeff, our trusty companion, Mr. Jeff West, the sales coach extraordinaire, is away on assignment. Should I just say that? He's away on assignment. While the cat's away, the mice do play. So here we go. I have the honor of having two of my Avon team members on the call this evening. We have Theresa Staples, who I have a cheat sheet note, who joined Avon in 2015. She's actually in my second generation. But she is one of the prime reasons why, to me, it does not matter at all what generation they're in, because I'm happy that we made such a connection and have seen each other all these years. And Kim's on. Hey, Kim. And Penny's on. Penny was on the Send Out Cards call earlier. Teresa's been stepping up her game lately, and right now is selling at Premier. On your way to President's Club, I'm thinking?
Yes.
Yep. Yes, awesome. Yeah. And actually, Theresa just earned her title of promoter in the leadership program because of June.
Yay!
Yay, June. This is June O'Donnell. She actually only joined Avon in June. June joined in June. She is Teresa's first team member, and they live within, I would say, 30 miles of each other.
Yeah.
A lot closer to the 30s. You live right. Theresa lives in Westmoreland. Do I say it right? Westmoreland?
Yeah.
You have to say the whole thing, right? And then June lives in Winchester. Hey, June, do you remember how long have you lived in Winchester?
20 years.
So do you remember when I used to set up at the flea market down at the ELM Center?
Oh my God, that was you?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I do remember an Avon person being there, but I didn't realize it was you.
It was me all those years ago. Yeah. Do you mind if I tell you a couple cool ELM stories from Winchester?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I like setting up there. That was every Saturday, and it was April to November they had it, and it was put on by the community center down there. And remember Ralph the plastic guy?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I ran into him a few years ago and we were like, wow, because we knew each other really well. Because I think I did 7 years down in Winchester at the flea market every Saturday. I did.
Wow.
And my, second ex, his mother lives in Swansea, and I used to stay there Friday nights, and she'd make me bologna and cheese sandwich and put it in a Wonder Bag and tie it and leave it for me to take with me over there to the flea market.
Wow.
I know. And that was really nice of her. And there's Tai-Shi. Hey. And then at the flea market, though, I set up on the end there so I'd be near the road.
Yeah.
And made a big sign that said "Skin So Soft" here. And the reason I set up by the road is because a lot of people didn't stay very late in the afternoon. And I thought it's an hour drive over there. If I'm driving way over there, I'm going to sell some stuff and stay late till they kick me out. So I stayed till dark, and usually everyone else was gone by then. So it was funny. They called me Custer because I was the last stand. Get it?
Oh.
I did that. But one week, I'll remember this forever. You may have heard me say this one, but it was raining. None of the other vendors set up, but I still set up because I drove over Friday and I was over there. I had card tables that I had drilled holes in so the water would would drain off of them. So I could still set up, and I did my Skin So Soft tower thing, and sat on the side of the road with my umbrella. Well, this really expensive car drives up, and the guy pulled over to the side, and he's like, come over here. And I'd already sold some that way where the people didn't want to get out. They had me run over like it was drive through or something. And I didn't mind. I'm thinking, this is awesome. He's obviously got money. And I rode up to the window. I drove up, ran up to the window, and he rolled down his window, and he said, asked me what my name was. And he said, I want to shake your hand, because he says, I've been driving by here for years, and every Sunday Saturday, every Saturday you're here. And he said, look, it's raining and you're here. And he said, I think someday you're going to be a millionaire. And he said, I just want to say I met you. And he shook my hand, and he didn't buy anything, and he drove off. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Dirt poor. And I was in the Yugo at that point, and I didn't sell very much that day. And normally I'd have been dragging myself back up to where, practically crying without having much money from the day of invested of the day, But instead, because he stopped and said that to me, I was like, yes, I'm going to be a millionaire. That held me out for years after that, just him saying that. So I don't know. I like sharing that, because just words from one person I might have gave up a few times during that year that spurred me on, and he gave me enough fuel to keep going when I wanted to give up. Just that one thing. He just stopped and said that one thing and then left.
Wow.
And yeah, but I was so excited that he said it. That was one of the awesomest things ever. So, hi, Maureen. Maureen was on it 1, 2, and Doris. Doris from California. No, CA must mean Canada. Is that correct? Or is it California, Doris? So welcome. Now, Theresa, because you're not in my first generation, I don't think I know how you got connected with Avon. So do you want to say how you got interested?
Yeah. So my full-time job at the clinic, I had an Avon lady there, and she retired.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like, now what are we going to do? So they kind of said, well, why don't you do it? Because I've done different direct sales companies in the past. So I'm like, Avon, you don't have to do parties. Why not?
Oh, what have you done? I didn't know that.
So let's see, Tastefully Simple.
Oh, yeah. I recognize that one.
Long time ago. Discovery
What's
Toys.
the other one?
Discovery Toys.
Oh, yes. Discovery Toys. Yeah.
So there was another jewelry company. Was it Park Lane or something? That's
Park Lane. Yeah.
Dabbled a little bit of that. Which they're all fun at the time. But with the Avon, what I like about Avon is, you, for example, my other direct sale companies, the higher ups, like, they didn't share their secrets. Like, if you weren't at a certain level, it didn't matter, right? But you've always been, you share everything with us. The good, the bad, the ugly, it doesn't matter. And it's like, that's very refreshing. And you always, one of the things I remember early on, because we had lunch at Applebee's when I first met you, through Brenda Brolo. And Paula and a couple of, we met you in Keene. I forgot what for, just to have lunch, I believe. That's
yeah.
And I was very impressed. And then when I got to go to your house and hang out with you, that was even more fun. To sign her wall. But it's always been, what you see is what you get, and that impressed me from day one. I was so nervous when I met you the first time, right? You hear all the great things about you, and I'm like, she's just like a normal person. It's kind of scary, but she is normal.
I'm kind of scared.
It was just encouraging to make you want to.
I'm a little crazy, but
you have to be crazy to be in direct sales anyway. So
valid point.
And then I think I found the Zoom meetings a couple of years back. I'm trying to think how I got that. Maybe through Brenda, I'm not sure. And then I just stayed connected all this time because it's
you
fun.
used to come on in the evenings, right? Because your day. Yeah. Hi, Don. Don said he's listening from East Tennessee. Well, that's awesome. And Melissa's on from Florida, and Rhonda McAllister's on. She was on early. Lisa is awesome. I was so happy to be on her team and meet her in person. Kim went to DC and shared a room with me and Peg Duchesne. So we were very lucky, though, the three of us. They don't always upgrade my room to a suite. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I don't know ahead, usually. So luckily, we were upgraded in DC. So the three of us had already planned to share a room, and we got to share a big room. So that was awesome. I love that. I'm hoping for Boston that they're going to get an upgrade. Hey, Tammy. Tammy's on too. So, yay. And you guys are going down Boston, correct?
It'll be my
Yes.
first time in person. I've done the virtual, but this will be the first time in person. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're going to like it because there's something about having so many people with all the same experience, I think it is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? All in one place. You're going to see, like, if you wear the outfit you had on today, there's going to be a dozen other people with the necklace on. And it doesn't sound like that'd be cool, but it is. I don't know. You know what I mean? You look around, somebody's got the same purse as you. It's cool. I don't know.
Right? We'll have fun. It'll be a good time. Hopefully we'll see you for a little bit, hang out with you for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. Usually I skip the lectures and stuff, which is naughty, but they were giving us access to the replays, and I'd rather see the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd rather see the people that I don't get to see and spend time with them rather than us sit in a class together. But this year, if you don't show up for the lecture, you don't get your goodie for your bag.
Oh.
I'll be like, my free shampoo or visiting with my friend. Be tough. It's going to be tough. So, June, you guys how long have you been doing the walking thing?
2 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim said good luck with catching up with Lisa. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's a fact, though, really, because I'm kind of bad about that. And let me finish our thought, and then I'll answer your question, Tammy. So when you guys first started walking, how did that go?
Well, I contacted Theresa and I said, "What do you think about walking after work?" And she's like, "Oh, okay." So our first night, she's like, "Okay, so are we going to do this like once a week?" I said, "No, we're doing it 5 nights a week." She's like, "Oh."
How did you know each other before that?
We actually worked together at Cheshire Medical.
Okay. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well,
Yeah, for 2 years.
So now you just got into Avon. Was it because you talk about it when you're walking? That was my guess.
That, and I wanted to go to the convention.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Plus, I spend a lot on jewelry, so.
Oh, you might as well spend it with yourself, right?
Right.
Have you gone to any of the direct sales companies' conventions?
No.
Have you, Theresa?
No. Only.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be a wild, wonderful world for you too. I can tell you that.
Yep.
Yeah. I think what is so impressive, and I always tell people that are having trouble, like with their spouse, giving them a hard time about the business, bring them to something like this, because the company is big enough that they have a lot of clout. So when they book a venue, like when we go down to this thing, they have part of the convention center, I guess, or wherever we're having the meetings, the hotel or the convention center, wherever the meetings are, it's going to be all decked out and Avonized. So there'll be Avon on the phone poles and on the stairs and on the elevators. There'll be Avon all over the place, that the venue personalized for Avon, because they do that now, depending on the size of the company. But Avon is that big. And I'm trying to think something like when we were in DC, they had one of those big hotels that had an inside to it and everything. And they had it on all the flags throughout the hotel. And I don't know if it was DC or not, but they had stars, the Walk of Fame stars with our names on them on the wall. And one place had them on the ground going up this little bridge. and it's just amazing the amount of personalization. But it makes the company appear to be so big. Yeah, Kemp said they were on the wall. It just, you know what I mean? Like my brother went to a convention. This was way back in '98, and he thought that I was leading my mother astray by getting her involved with Avon, right? But after he went, he said I had no idea the company was that big, because going to something like this, they pull out all the stops for it. So it's very impressive. I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
Tam, I have a question. How do you get consistent customers? I'm just lost what to do. I am consistent doing what I'm doing. Well, I think, of course, it's easier to keep a customer once you get one than it is to find new ones. But to me, the trick is you have to do both all the time. So once you get somebody to buy from you, you have to hug them and love them and, and send them cards or call them or text them or follow them on Facebook. And you have to get, you know what I mean? And then some people and that's the other thing is customers come in lots of different forms. So I have some customers that buy from me once a year. And I have some customers that buy only at Christmas and some that buy only Skin So Soft. And then I have some customers that buy every other campaign. And I have some customers that buy every single campaign, no matter what. And they get mad if I didn't give them the book. So there's all kinds of different. That's why you need more customers all the time, because you could end up with 12 people that all buy once a year. So you're going to need to have a whole bunch if that's what you're got. So you want to keep looking for new customers and then make sure you have some kind of plan for how you're staying in touch, whether that's sending them a card or texting them or however it is. Or you sending out a newsletter, or having a VIP group on social media. You want to have some way to hug and kiss your customer and tell them that they're awesome. You know what you got to think about it as is you got to give them a reason to buy from you over just running down the store. Because like even out here in our little towns in New Hampshire, you guys have the same problem. Winchester, Westmoreland, and Ware have the same problem. I can still go down to the little corner store and get deodorant if I want to. What's the
Right.
incentive for me to wait and buy it from my favorite Avon lady and wait to get it? What's the incentive there? There has to be one. And usually it's your friendly service and the fact that you care if they still have their deodorant. You know, you say, hey, your deodorant's on sale. Did you need some? Are you out? You know, checking in with people. And there's Tina. Hi, Tina. And Octavia. How are you? So I hope that helps some, Tammy. But it's definitely, we're in a relationship business. Oh, don't worry, Tammy. Tammy said, I just lost my mentor. I never had one, not with an Avon. So don't think that's a make or break situation. It's always going to be about what you do. It's not really about what your upline does. So that's that. So the thing I like that you guys are doing is you're trying new stuff all the time. So when did you come up with the Wear It Wednesday, Theresa?
I've been doing that for a while, and then I got
Yeah.
and now when June and I walk, we decided we do a video on our walk once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Avon products. We wing it. We don't practice. We just do it.
That's
And
perfect, though. That's awesome that way.
it's long. It's real quick. I mean, it's kind of quirky. I mean, what you see is what you get. This is who we are. So it's been
All
interesting.
hot and sweaty and everything.
No, but that's authentic, though? That's what people want, I think.
To make things, like when the direct sales, like I used to say, well, I could never do that. They're very polished. They knew exactly what to say. I would get up with cards because I couldn't remember anything. But that's why these videos were like, you ready? We just tell each other, what are we going to talk about? And then we hit the button and go. So the very first time we did one was last week or the week before we were done. I looked at June and I said, that didn't hurt at all. It didn't hurt. And people at work were like, you guys are so cute. It's so fun. I'm like, whew. But
Yeah.
And Maureen said, I really like the videos. That's awesome. You know what? I think that's more people are going towards everyday people that are just doing the thing and reporting the thing, you are more believable, more authentic.
Yep.
People are going to take your advice more if you're not polished, I
Yeah.
think, rather than if you scripted it out and just sat there and read something about it.
Hey, that's intimidating. Like, can I get up and talk to people? And there's a lot to memorize at some of these direct sales, right? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But
Well, it
Avon,
depends on what company, though. I mean, I think Avon, we've been pretty authentic all along, but right. You know, the pink company, which we get confused with a lot. I won't say Mary who. Um, right. I won't say. Uh, but they all wear the same outfit. They all have things that they say they do party. They have scripted stuff. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a different clientele that they're aiming towards. And I think Avon's more been known for regular people. You know what I mean? The Walmart Target crowd, where Mary Who would be more like Filene's. You know what I mean? Right? So,
Right.
and you know what? There's more people in our category. There's more customers in our category. So I think that's awesome. Dawn's got to run. Good to see you, Dawn. Thank you for popping in. Octavia said, I didn't know that we can do a Avon Live. Of course you can. And Octavia must not know the rule. It's easier to apologize than to ask permission.
100%.
Yeah. You know, you can try a lot of stuff as long as you say you're an independent representative. That's usually where they have a problem, is if people don't say that they're independent. Because the company doesn't want you going around saying you're them. But if you say I'm an independent Avon lady, they won't. Um, Octavia said, no, I didn't know the rule. Well, it's okay, Octavia, because now you do. And there's Monica. Hey, Monica, how are you? So where are you guys headed now? What's your goal for this year? Because we're only actually halfway, right? A little more than halfway.
Oh, wow. Boy, that time goes by fast.
Yeah, well, always does.
Like,
Right, always, always
we're
does.
here already.
Right.
So I'm striving for President's Club.
President's Club, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very worthy goal. How about you, June? Do you think you have the time to get there? Because you got a pretty good head start right now.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I need to get some more customers, but I'm going camping next weekend and I'm taking lots of books with me.
Oh, that's perfect.
Well, next month, I should say. We're going for the whole month.
Wow, no, that's perfect. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I've known other representatives that do campgrounds in the summer when they go and do really well.
Yeah, so I'm hoping.
Everyone's sitting around, and if you've got stuff out, they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Bring all my bug spray and Skin So Soft stuff. And
No, I think that's a great idea. And of course, the number one rule is you can be successful at anything if enough people know what you do. And
Yep.
get the campers to know what you do is perfect.
And
Yeah.
as time goes on, it's easier to tell people what you do without being too pushy. Like it's flowing more natural now than ever before. I mean, I've always had the gift of gab, but when you're trying to promote something, it's a little different. But it's so much. And once people, and Avon sells itself. If you think about it, you don't even have to. People say, "Oh, you're an
Well,
Avon."
I hate that saying, to tell you the truth. Just
I know I do too.
because-
It's one of those, but
Well, I see a lot of people join and they take it different than you're saying it. You
Oh.
mean it's a well-known brand that people are attracted to. What
correct.
they think you mean is I'm going to sign up and sit home and do nothing and people are going to buy from me.
Goodness.
So there's a difference there, right?
Big difference, yeah.
Right. So, and yeah, that's the only my pet peeve about it sells itself. I'm glad that the brand name is so big. That's made my career easier the whole time, because trying to get yourself branded with another brand name is a lot easier than trying to educate everybody about what a brand is when no one knows it. That's
Right.
harder to do. I've done that too, but that's harder to do. I think we're very fortunate. Everybody, even guys, know Avon mostly. Don't you think? Have you had anybody
Yes.
yet say what's Avon to you? Right. Yeah, So what does Charles think about Avon, Teresa?
He supports me in anything I do. So I don't know if
Oh,
you ever
that's
seen, like,
nice.
he goes when we do Avon deliveries. I'll take a picture of him driving. He held up an Avon shirt the other night, and we posted that. So Saturday or Sundays we do the delivery. So I always say, "Out with the boss." I call him the boss. So no, he's very supportive. In fact, if
Do you
you
think
invite
he's
me to a conference, he was going to go down. So thank you, June.
the,
Anytime.
do you think he's supportive just because you're doing it and he would be supportive anyway? Or the fact that you include him in doing stuff makes him want to be supportive because you're including
Yeah, I
him?
think a little bit of both. And where he works for himself, he brings books with him to his customers.
Oh, nice. That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
That's
that
awesome.
helps.
Because I've met him and talked to him when he's come over here. Yeah, and he seemed
Yeah,
genuinely interested.
he's
That's
very
awesome.
personable. So whenever we go anywhere, we're forever in the grocery store. It's like, well, you might as well be handing a book out while you're talking to your customers. So, and
That's
90%
awesome.
of them, well, not 90, but quite a few of them are females. So it's
Yeah.
like gift to gab. He's got it.
Kim says, today a man called me and then came by my house for dry skin for face and body. Yeah, and I don't mean this to be chauvinistic, but I love men customers because they're afraid of appearing cheap. So hardly ever do they ask me how much. Usually I like with at Christmas time, I'll have men stop here because I used to have a little store in the house, and they'd say, "Put together a basket for my wife, and I'll just pay you for it." And did you have a price in mind? And they'll be like, "No, no, just put something nice." Well, I'm not an idiot. I made $100 basket. I'm grabbing stuff, whatever I've got's going in. Yeah. So I love men customers about that. Octavia said, okay, my question is how often can I order from Avon? As often as you want to pay the shipping. That's how often you can order. You can order every day or multiple times a day, but every time you place an order, you're going to pay for shipping. Rightly so, because they're going to pay for shipping. Yeah, Kim said as many times as you want. Yeah. So you may want to. Uh, I order a couple times a campaign. I order once right at the beginning so I can get the things like the demos and stuff, and then I order once nearer the end, and that's how I do it. But you can order as many times as you want to pay the shipping for. So I know that's a tough one. So in June and I don't even know if I should say this. Every time I say this, I get in trouble. Right. We were both um, exploring
Man buffeting.
exploring the buffet at the same time, the man buffet, and we both landed on a favorite dish. Right.
Yes, we did.
You think that's safe to say? Last time you were over here, though, we both weren't. We were.
Right. I know it's been a long time since we went out to lunch.
I know it. You guys got to come over again. That place is still awesome right down the street.
Yes.
But we were strategizing there too about
Yep.
stuff to do. Yeah. And it does seem to me it's kind of that wasn't much different. The whole online dating thing wasn't actually much different than building my direct sales team because I know a lot of people were trying to just find the perfect teammate, and instead you have to have you have to try a bunch of teammates. Like, you know what I mean? Like my team in direct sales, a lot of people came on the team. Some of them only order once a month. Some of them order once a year. It's the same as customers. So you have this, there's only one awesome customer, like Carol, my awesome customer. There's only one of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kim says, you're welcome. I order several times each campaign, which means a lot of money spent on shipping. So that's something going to want to figure out, Octavia, is shipping, I think, is 8. Depending on how much you order. The bigger you order, the more it is. You can divide it out and have your customers pay it. Or my personal favorite thing to do is order like a bundle that I know I could sell the other stuff to the customers and earn additional income by splitting the bundle up and selling it, then I'm making more than my percent and I feel like I'm making up for the shipping. So, there's some ways you can figure it out, but you do want to make sure you're protecting your margin. We talk about this on Tuesdays to the point where I think people's heads spin. But, I was talking about doing the flea market. That was the thing. I wanted to buy it from Avon and at least double my money and sell it on Saturday. So if the margin wasn't right, I didn't order it. Double my money. I have to be able to give them half and double my money. And we can do that if we break up bundles. That helps. Tina says, I like doing that just to have a little inventory sometimes with the bundle deals. Yes, it's a good idea. Just I know that Tina's kind of new. Just make sure you don't have too much inventory because my mom got into that where she had a little too much. And then if you don't turn it quick enough, everything does have a shelf life. I don't care what anyone says, everything has a shelf life. Even the deodorant goes bad. So you want to turn stuff in a fairly short amount of time. You don't want to have stuff on hand very long. Octavia said, I am still trying to see how this Avon will work. Yeah, you picked a good company, though, because I sell for a lot of direct sales companies. Avon is my biggest money earner, and I believe it's the name brand is so big and so uh, easy to market yourself with, and everyone knows what it is, that it's a lot easier to sell this than anything else. Tina says, I try to be prudent about expiration dates. Perfect. Yeah, especially mascaras. Yep, absolutely. Yes, indeedy. Well, we're at 7:30 already.
Wow.
You didn't even get to say that much. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sure Jeff feels that way many nights. Okay. But thank you so much for popping on.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yep.
You
Dinner.
guys are doing so good. I really wanted you to. I'm so glad you said yes. Thank you very much. And just stay right there for a minute. We'll be back in the green room and I can say goodbye. Just another note. Maureen said, I just threw out 2 boxes of old stuff yesterday. It's easy to do, Maureen. I had, the reason I know deodorant goes bad is because I had some go bad that my mother had in our little store. I wouldn't have thought that was possible till I had it happen. And Melissa's there. Hey, Melissa. So thank you, everybody. And I'm going to put this up on my YouTube channel if you want to see the replay. And I appreciate you all very much and appreciate you, Theresa and June.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Bye.